Hello and welcome to Bread of Life, a daily devotional program which each week features a different area pastor. Our speaker for this week is Pastor Peter Isaac of Bloomfield.
This is Pastor Peter Isaac from the Greater Harford Wesleyan Church. My topic for you this week is what you miss when you miss church. From John's Gospel, chapter 20, verses 19 to 23. There's a lot that you miss when you miss church. Let me first clarify that when I say church, the church is not the building. The Apostle Paul told the Colossians, Jesus is the head of the body, the church. I love the fact that we can come to a building for service together, but I believe that God allowed this pandemic to force the people of God to do church differently. You miss several things when you miss church. In John 20, Jesus has risen from the dead. That evening, the disciples were together in the room, but Thomas, called Didymus, and one of the 12 disciples was not there. For whatever reason, whatever excuse, he missed out on the assembling of themselves together. The other disciples tried to explain to Thomas what he missed. Thomas did not know that Jesus was risen from the dead because he missed church. Thomas did not see the resurrected body of Jesus because he missed church. Thomas did not feel Jesus in his life because he missed out on attending the church service. The disciples were together in a place where the doors were shut tight so that the Jewish leaders would not know where they were. And Jesus just showed up. Thomas, first of all, missed out on the presence of Jesus. Verse 19 says, then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, came Jesus and stood in the midst. Despite all the barriers and buffers to keep others out, whenever and wherever Jesus wants to show up, there is nothing that can stop him. Your problems at home or your pressures on the job may hinder your joy, but when you come to church or plug in virtually, those problems don't stand a chance in stopping Jesus from entering your situation. We need the presence of Jesus in our lives. And the best way is to assemble with the brethren. For Jesus himself said, where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. I actually cannot explain the how of his presence, even when we meet virtually for our services on Sunday. But who am I to question the ability of the one who put the stars in the night sky? Who am I to question the one who created the mountains and the valleys? Who am I to question the one who placed the right amount of oxygen in the air for us to breathe? In the presence of the Lord, there is fullness of joy. At thy right hand, there are pleasures forevermore. When thou passest through the waters, God says, I will be with thee. I am so grateful that Jesus doesn't let any hurdle or hindrance stop him from entering our situation. My friends, what do you miss when you miss out on church? You miss the presence of Jesus when you miss church. Continue with me tomorrow to hear more about what you would miss when you miss church. Grace and peace be unto you today.
You've been listening to Pastor Peter Isaac of Bloomfield, and this has been Bread of Life, a program to encourage you from God's Word.